Welcome back to Box Delights. Today I'm going to show you a game called Zephyr Winds of Change. Every now and again I get something that is new, something I've not seen before, something that feels original, and this game does, and this is why it's hitting my table as a Kickstarter preview. We're going to be flying these airships. They're ships that are tooled up with weapons and armour set in a steampunk world. I'm going to let the gameplay speak for itself because that's what this is all about. It's about, the originality of design, the fact that this does feel like a solo or co-op game that delivers something a little bit different. First off, you draw a mission. There's different missions with different play lengths. Remember, this is all prototype stuff you're seeing here, by the way. Okay, and the card stacks are going to be much thicker. And in particular, each one of these missions is going to give you different objectives and different play lengths. So this one is 20 minutes per player, plays 1 to 4. It's called Plain and Simple. It tells us news of bandits plaguing the city of Flotsam has traders scared witless. Meanwhile, the citizens are without supplies. We need to drive these bandits off. Okay, it says we start our ship with 2 structure hull upgrades, and for each player outfitted with 90 scrap. We have a few to choose from. Suggestion is you start with greaser tub. It said we start with 2 structure hull upgrades. This is your hull here, reflected here. This is like the strength of your hull. And these are the upgrades you can put on it. So we've got 2 of these. Every time your ship takes a hit, you're going to flip one of these. If you flip the last one, you've got no undamaged hull left and you're critically damaged. You can repair these. We've got armour here that will repair automatically, but that's going to make it a bit more expensive. So we're going to be flying out there, trying to complete this mission and trying to survive. It says we start with 90 scrap. Scrap is the currency of the game. This is what we buy and sell upgrades to our ship with. So I'll take a couple of markers, and there's a couple of dials here to record our scrap. So we've got tens and units, so we'll start off with 90. And our mission says we must complete an assignment, 1 per player. If we do, then fight 1 enemy commander, and that's going to be how we defeat this thing. So these assignments, again, these are things that you draw. Playing solo, you draw 2, and then you get to choose 1. We have City Under Attack and Mercenaries. To complete this one, I have to defeat 1 commander. This one says Objective A. Draw, and this could be different, right? And there could be A's and B's, different objectives along the way. Draw and defeat 3 enemy ships. I think we'll take this one. Okay, here's our assignment. Let's take our standee for our greaser. There it is. And this assignment reflects where our airships are. If you're playing multiplayer, you can actually become an ally, and other players can come and join your assignment if you wish, if they wish. Okay. This one says save the city of Flotsam from vicious attackers by defeating the commander that's oppressing them, and reward is 1 reward roll. I'm going to start here. Each day that passes, we're going to move from point to point across this track. You can choose 2 directions here, you see. And also with the mission itself, not only as we move through time, we move through space. So this track here records which regions we're in, region 1, 2 or 3. And as we progress through the mission, then our enemies will get stronger from region to region. Okay, so the longer we take to complete our mission, the more opposition we'll get. And it's perfectly possible to complete your assignment whilst you're in the first region. And that would be the easiest, quickest way of doing so. Let's put in there for now, and let's equip our ship. At the moment, we're in resupply phase, so we've not taken off and explored, so we can spend our 90 scrap. There's a reference card up here to show you how much system upgrades cost. You've got bronze, silver, gold, and crew, and then you've got these epic ones you can't purchase. You can only win these as awards. So a bronze upgrade is 10, scrap, silver 20, gold 30, and then a crew member 20. So I'm going to buy a couple of bronze upgrades and a couple of silver. So I'd like to build up my hull a little bit more. The only way I can build up my hull now is to put these shields on. And these shields are silver, so they're going to cost 20 each. So let's just put one on for now, and then let's see where this takes us. That takes us down to 70, that costs 20. I do want to get a crew member as well. So let's buy a crew, that costs 20. Each faction has one of these crew member cards, okay? So we've got 4 as it goes. These are the Greaser, the Rogue, the Bandit and the Imperial. You can hire crew from any faction. So each one's going to give you different abilities. Okay. I'm going to take one from Greaser for now. And this represents my crew. Now each crew has a personality. Okay, the personality is going to bring an ability. The crew member brings an ability. This one says restore 1 armor once per day. Okay, so that's going to be useful. I mean, I can place this anywhere in one of these crew holding spots. These can move, so I can move the crew around. I'll explain the significance of where you put them. I'm going to put it here, but it's all, like I say, I also need a personality, and this is where these transparent personalities come from. Just give them a shuffle and then split and you'll get a random personality. So we've got Amy Dawson. What Amy Dawson says is you may choose not to roll or make up a choice on an exploration card once per trip. That's a crew member. I've got space for 2 more, of course. I need my default ability, which is a repair. So I'll take my default. There's 1 for each ship. I'm going to take some weapons as well, some weapon systems. This is free, obviously. So let's see what we've got. These are our weapons. I'm going to take one of these sprocket rockets. It's going to cost 10. And I can place this. It's an attacking one. See the cross scimitars? So I can place these in any one of these 3 spots. I'm also going to take one of these. This is called a Wind Rider. These help you evade attacks. I'll put this one here. It's this kind of flipped arrow effect. That's going to cost 10. I've got 30 left. I'm also going to take a modular hull. That's going to cost another 10, take me down to 20. This is a tech upgrade. Goes in one of these 2 spots. And I think I'll spend that and take another shield. Okay, that's our ship all stocked up. Next thing we need to do is grab our action deck, and there's going to be 1 action deck per ship. This is like a deck building element. So there's 1 set of cards for each of the 4 different airships. We don't need these now for the rest of the game. We give these a shuffle. But not only that, we're going to take cards for these upgrades that we've purchased. Okay. And these are going to come from this deck here. So we've got 1 sprocket rocket, we've got 1 Wind Rider, and a modular hull. Okay, so we're going to shuffle those in to our deck. So we've already built our deck out a little bit. Alright. And when we come to do battle, we're going to be drawing from this deck, and these cards will give us the actions we need to take down enemies. Okay, so there's our starting deck. Let's begin the first day. And the first day begins with a move. Then we do explore, complete assignments, return to resupply. So you can return to resupply your ship. If once you're out here, you can come back and resupply, and then you can trade if you're here. So we're going to set out. Move basically means plonk. We move 1 spot. This has placed us in a new region. Okay. So every day that passes, this is going to progress. On the first day, we're in Region 1. So we need to draw a location card. Take it from here. And it says we're in the Boneyard Shallows. So region 1 is being acted out here. And for as long as we're in this region, and for as long as we're out on our mission, it says all scrap rolls give an additional 2 scrap. Okay, the Boneyard Shallows. The shallow waters in the northern regions of Klek hold the final resting place of many warriors and their metal. Setting the scene for our mission. Explore is next. There's different types of spaces that your ship is on. We're on a question mark space. And when you're on a question mark space, you can either skirmish or scavenge. You draw a card from this deck. Let's go on a skirmish and hopefully show you what's involved. So you draw a card and then you act it out. This is the reveal. It says, you wake in the morning to find your first crew member missing. Upon further investigation, you find a note telling you of last night's abduction. Draw one enemy ship. Place your first crew on that ship. You must defeat the ship to retrieve your crew member. Okay. So now we're having to draw an enemy to fight. We draw a ship. It's Screaming Bertha. And our crew member is now unavailable to us. This is just one small step, remember, on our route to the assignment. You know, we can abandon this assignment if we want. We don't have to move there. We can pick another one. But obviously, our job here is, before the time runs out, complete one assignment. It says complete one assignment per player. And then fight an enemy commander. If we decide to abandon this assignment, we'll go back and what we call on patrol, but obviously we're losing a day and not completing anything towards our mission. So I'm quite happy to continue. This is a pretty tricky assignment that we've drawn. So here's Screaming Bertha, and now a battle will commence. The battle sequence says attack, regroup, salvage. Okay, so the attack sequence is declare targets, draw cards, player actions, and resolve enemy actions. I mean, it is possible that there's more than one ship out here, but obviously we're attacking Screaming Bertha, and now we draw our cards. It says here that our starting hand size is 2 cards. Add an additional card for every 2 ship systems. Well, I've got 3 ship systems. Okay, so that just gives me like 1 additional card, and these are going to come from our draw deck. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we've got. We've got a rapid repair, system maintenance, and deflection. Not terribly helpful. I need to set the starting stats of our enemy, and obviously my target marker as well. This is my target marker. Goes on the enemy we're attacking, and we're in region 1. Okay, we're in the first region. So this box gets filled in. That says he's got 1 armour. Okay, if we were in region 2, then all the numbered 1s and 2s would be filled in. So this would be 1 crew, 2 armour. If we were in region 3, actually there's another one here, so that's a 2. If we were in region 3, then these additional ones would get filled in. Okay, so you can see the ship gets tougher as we move through the regions. As it goes, none of these are filled in. Now you can only play 1 card on your turn, and this is where additional crew members come in. As the captain, you can play 1 card. So like I said, it could be a manoeuvre one, or maybe a technical one. If I had my crew member back here, I had them here in manoeuvres, that would mean that this crew member could play a manoeuvre card. Alright, so you could end up playing 2, 1 from the captain and 1 from your crew. I've lost my crew, they've been kidnapped. So that's the only way to get additional cards out, really, is to get your additional crew members on board. So rapid repair is not going to help me. I think it's going to be deflection. So I'm going to play deflection. It says reduce incoming damage received this phase by 1 for each of your currently undamaged armour. That's 2 undamaged armour. Now it's to resolve the enemy actions step, and they have an ability here. And this ability is triggered by a die roll. So we grab a die, roll, and it's a 1, and it says 1 damage. Okay, 2 is 1 damage, 3 receive -1 damage, so they kind of do a tech, and then 4 is restore 1 armour. So I'm going to take 1 damage, which would normally knock out one of these, but I've got deflection. Reduce incoming damage received this phase by 1 for each of your currently undamaged. So I would have reduced it by 2. So that's avoided the damage, and this goes to the discard pile. We go back to the beginning again. So we declare our attack. Attacking this one. Draw cards. Okay, now we've got a shield splitter. I don't like the fact that I don't have much crew because I'm not able to get much done. So I'm going to play the shield splitter. These aren't going to help me. They roll. See what they do. This is kind of like simultaneous, you know. So 2 is 1 damage. So I deal 1 damage to him. He does 1 damage to me. Like I say, the shield starts soaking up damage, and then this is kind of proper hull damage. Alright, so I've defeated this enemy by removing the last piece of hull. This ship explodes. Now I can gather up the remnants as scrap. So we roll another die. This is for salvage. We're looking for a high number. It's a 3. If you defeated a tier 2 ship, there would be 2 dice. If it was a tier 3, then 3 dice. We've rolled a 3, so that's 3 scrap. This is a scrap roll. Now remember also, our location said all scrap rolls give an additional 2 scrap. Okay, so that's salvage, so we're up to 5. This gets discarded. We rescue our crew member. We'll put her back. Actually, I'm going to put it here. Discard these. I'm actually going to use my repair now. This is an immediate repair. You can pretty much use these any time. The repair says once per trip. Immediate repair, one of your currently damaged hulls. Either the standard hull or the shield. So I flip this over to say I've used it and repair this. Now we haven't yet completed our assignment, so now we can move to the next day. And we could go back to resupply if you wish, or if we feel that we're in good state here. This is a trip, okay, so this one can't get turned back over again. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. I could have used my greaser's ability instead. This one says restore 1 armour once per day, so I just turn that over instead. And it says restore at the end of each day, so I can put this back again. Alright, so I can keep that. Yeah, just use my greaser. Alright, so let's decide we want to stay on the mission. We're going to keep pushing forward, so we move the region up 1 spot, and then we move, and then we've got another question mark. So this time I think we will scavenge, and we'll grab one of these blue cards. It says, prove your mettle. An envoy from a commander has approached you with a proposition. Choose, draw an enemy commander, or B, pick one of your crew to fight in single combat. Well, I don't think I'm in a position to... Hang on. This one says, you may choose not to roll or make a choice on an exploration card once per trip. I'm going to do that. I'm going to flip over Amy Dawson's ability and choose not to do this. Why not? So Amy's going to bottle it, and I think we're good. So now we move into the next region, region 2. So we have to draw a new location. And this one is the Pilgrim's Key. It says, upon entering this region, each player may trade 1 weapon for 1 armour upgrade. Well, no, I don't want to do that. Let's move on, ship on. Now, do we want to face an enemy commander? Or go twice, the shorter route this way? Let's go the long way around. Let's chicken out. Let's go this way. And I think, well, I'm quite happy to go and get some more scraps, so let's choose a skirmish. War never changes. You're met by a ship demanding your surrender. You, of course, reply with choice words expressing your refusal to comply. Displeased, they announce their intent to attack and a battle ensues. Draw one enemy ship. Looks like we got off quite lightly, actually. Let's see what we get. It is the Festering Pile. So, let's move on. We're here. This is our reward. We've got to fight a commander. And this will allow us to complete not just our assignment, but also our plain and simple mission. So, commanders. First thing you do is draw them a ship. So your commander's going to be on board a ship. And it is the Yelling Yolanda. But then the default abilities of the ship and the rewards also are going to be superseded by a commander. These are our commander cards. So we're going to take one of these, see who we get. It is Vladimir the Cruel. Vladimir brings one enemy ship with him. So we draw again. And he's got Keys Monarch. Okay, two big heavy ships, and we're on level 3, so everything's going to be filled in. Let's start by drawing our 2+1 card. 1, 2, 3. Yep, okay, we're good. Who am I going to target first? I forgot that. Let's try and take down Vladimir first, I guess. So I'm going to play Deflection, and then my crew Amy is going to play, remember this was once per trip, her ability, so she's going to play Cannon Blast against this one. Now let's do their attacks. Let's have this one attack first. So it's 2 dice for 2 crew, 6 does nothing, 4 does 1 damage, plus an additional one for the captain. This is a 6 anyway. Okay, and this one gets 2 dice. And we've got a 5 and a 4, so we've got 1 evade and a 4 evade, so 2 evades. Yep, that doesn't help. Whereas we were. And the good thing about this game is you can see we've got some pretty basic cards, but you know you can upgrade and you can get good rewards. Okay, these things are all going to stack up. You know, do 2 damage, do 3 damage, your weapons can get stronger. I mean, we're obviously playing a plain and simple starter mission, but you know, some of these things will be, you know, you finish this assignment, come back, you've got some scrap that you've earned, you can build up your ship some more, go out on a new assignment, yeah. So you can see how that this is more of a campaign play when you play the longer missions with, I mean this one here is 1 hour per player, guns for hire. Belly of the Beast is unlimited, and this is where you can get some good stuff, a random silver or random gold. Ideally you want to kind of string some missions together, coming back and forth between assignments to resupply. This was probably, having seen this one come out, I possibly should have just said, no, I'm not going to take this one, it's too lengthy, too long, and look for something a little bit more straightforward like pest control. Okay, that I stood a better chance of doing, because in the amount of time you have, guns for hire is longer, you've got more days, you can do more stuff. Yeah, so I would say plain and simple's only 20 minutes per player really. Look out for it on Kickstarter. Brought to you by Portal Dragon. See you next time.